Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whoever and wherever you are. This is Coach Lee, and we're working on speech anxiety in all its gross forms. And I am talking to Noah Sam. And say howdy, Noah.
Hi there.
And Noah is in his mid 20s, and he is a Swiss guy, and he is one of my favorite countries, most people's favorite countries. And he is a singer, songwriter, and he found us on Reddit, and he speaks Swiss, German, and English, and he started stuttering when he was 3, and he's read my magnum opus, my How to Stop Stuttering and Love Speaking, my uh, this book here, which is my best book on stuttering, How to Stop Stuttering and Love Speaking. And he's joined WSSA, which is the World Stop Stuttering Association, which is the only organization in the world, the only community of ex-stutterers and those fast becoming ex-stutterers, which now includes Noah. So um, I'm going to start now by just asking him some questions. And so tell us, can you tell us, give us a bit of a summary of your speech, what you think, where you are, what problems you're having?
Okay. So for me, I I can definitely say that it has got a lot better since reading this book. And also, w- well, one thing I'm currently dealing with still is that there's just a lot of variation. So I have moments where it's pretty good, like I'm talking right now. Um, but I also have moments where I have more severe blocks and like no sound comes out at all. And and yeah, I I definitely don't feel like I can avoid any stutter anytime. Um, so yeah, I'd say those are probably the main issues, and I'd say in general I struggle most with like first feared words. Um, but I definitely also have the tendency when I feel myself being fluent, I have the tendency to just talk, and I get faster and faster and faster, and then of course sometimes I still am like kind of hit a stuttering wall, and yeah, so that's mostly like my
Okay.
experience with it in the last couple days and weeks probably.
Uh, when you sing, do you do mostly solos or are you with duets and trios and things?
Um, um, I mostly sing solo.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And um, do you sing mostly in like clubs, bars, things like that? Okay.
Um, um, I, I, I'd say so. Yeah. Um, well, well, every now and then I have more like traditional concerts. Bu- bu- um, um, but it's definitely also like clubs and bars and that stuff.
When you sing, do you accompany yourself on an instrument? What instrument?
Yes. Um, I I basically always accompany myself on the guitar.
Okay. And do you have other musicians that accompany you usually, or are you solo mostly?
I usually do everything solo, mostly. Yeah.
Have you done any videos that are like online?
Um, uh, the, and there are definitely um uh lot of videos online. Um,
Can you
in
send, will you, after our session, will
hmm?
you email me a link or two to, so, because I'd like to listen to them, a couple of them.
Absolutely.
Okay, um, you've read my magnum opus
Yes.
here, and did you like it?
Um, yes.
Okay,
Um,
and when did you finish reading it?
I probably finished reading it about 5 or 6 days, maybe
Okay, all right.
ago.
And what are you doing on a daily basis for your
Yes.
speech?
So, um, so, um, so I do a minimum of 60 minutes reading aloud daily, and 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 I also do um and I also do two mind training sessions,
Okay,
and one in the morning and one before going to sleep.
okay,
Yes.
good. And are you trying to use any of the crutches or speech plans from the book?
Um, um, yes, I usually am. Um,
What are you trying to use?
um, so, um, um, so like on a daily basis, I try to do more of like extreme pronunciation and and um and and also sometimes word linkage. Um, um, One thing I'd also like to say in regards to that, um, 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 I feel like this and this definitely seems to be a pressure situation for me, um, because I've also attended like 3 practice sessions and so far, and and surprisingly to me, and the air. Uh, I'd say I always was like over 90% fluent, basically.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right, all right. Now, okay, so far, you have, and all these things take time. It depends on the person, but you're not really linking words at all.
Yes, that's true.
And that's why you're running into as many problems as you are. Also, I'm going to commend you for what you have done. There's when you read aloud daily, what
Yes.
are you usually reading?
Um, um, well, I've actually mostly been reading your book,
Okay.
and also some rhymed metered and also some rhymed metered poetry. Yes.
Okay. We're going to jump right into solutions.
Great.
I told you before we started this recording that you have an advantage over most of my students. You're a singer. And
Yes.
when you sing, you don't stutter, do you?
No, not at all.
And most stutterers, almost all, do not stutter when they sing. And the reason for that is they hold their tone through their words. It takes four things to stutter. You gotta hesitate, think a word, fear it, and force it. Now, being stutterers learn to do all four of those things at the same time.
Yeah.
Simultaneously in a millisecond. But if they don't do all four, if they don't do any one of the four, they can't stutter. They won't stutter. So as when we start with the first one, hesitation, we eliminate the hesitation. How do you do that? Well, we link. But the hesitation only needs to be for a millisecond, a nanosecond, which is a billionth of a second. That's all the hesitation needs to be. And the habit takes over. But if that break isn't there, you can't take over. There's no way to stutter. Every time you get hung up, you hesitate. Every time. Now, when you're singing Wonder of Wonders, you don't hesitate. Isn't that nice? Isn't that nice? And as I told you, I had the same experience because I used to sing too. Not professionally, but I was in front of a lot of mics. A lot of mics. Anyway, you know how to do this. Now, in theory, if you put a melody, made up a melody on every word you said, you would not stutter. Right now, I'm not asking you to do that. You would say, oh, what a crazy old fool. He wants me to sing all my words to everybody and be the laughing stock of the world. Well, I am not asking you to do that, but I am telling you that if you did it, you wouldn't stutter. Now, just for fun, I'd like to see you show me that you can do that. I will do it when I talk to you. and asked you to do it when you reply. Short answers. Do you like to stutter?
No, I don't at all.
Would you like to be fluent?
Yes, please, most definitely.
What is your favorite food?
I really like a good Thai curry.
What is the largest Swiss city near you?
It's Zurich.
I have stayed at the Barrel Lock many times, maybe 20. Great food. Wow. Have you eaten there?
No, I don't think I have.
Okay. Do you have any pets?
I used to have many pets, but not anymore, sadly.
Do you snow ski?
Yes, I ski, but I haven't in some years.
Okay. I had a home in Aspen for 10 years or so, and I skied 75 days a year. Such fun.
That sounds pretty great.
Now, tell me something about your family, parents, siblings, etc.
So I grew up an only child,
Wow.
and and as a kid, I always really liked that. Um, but right now, I sometimes think having siblings would be a nice thing.
Yeah. What do your parents do?
So my mom does systemic constellation work, and my dad works in an architecture bureau.
When did you start stuttering?
When I was 3.5 years old,
And now you are how old?
I just turned 26, I think last week or so.
That's when I began to stop stuttering. Now, have you noticed since we began singing, You have not stuttered on one word.
Yes, I have, and it feels so much better than stuttering, as most things do.
Indeed it is. Frankly, I prefer singing to speaking the way you were before.
I do too.
Even though it's over the top a bit, somewhat, it's temporary.
Sure.
Now, you can pull back on your melody a little bit at a time. And when you do it, you will sing a little less and still not stutter. You want to try doing that?
Yes, I do.
Okay. What are your hobbies?
Mostly I like to do music.
Okay. Do you have others with whom you play?
I mostly play by myself and I write songs.
Okay. What kind of music do you write?
I'd say it's between singer-songwriter, blues, and like old folk music, that
I
type.
love folk music.
Me too. It's great.
Yeah. It tells you a lot about a culture.
Yes.
I mean, you go to Russia, you go to London, you go to Kentucky, um, Switzerland. I'm sure. I've never really experienced. I used to go to the opera in Zurich, you know,
Okay.
but that's the only music that I ever heard in Switzerland. I never really heard it out at clubs there. It's been a long time since I was in Switzerland. We still bank there. You know, we banked there for a long time. Um, so keeping going. Um, what's the best vacation that you've ever had?
Actually, some years ago, I went to the Maldives for the first time and I went scuba diving. And I really liked that because I love the feeling of being able to dive deep down.
You're speaking so well, aren't you?
Yes, it feels great too.
You know, you can keep talking this way. You're doing something else. You're smiling all the time.
That's true.
Every time you smile, you use 12 muscles, takes thought. When your mind is busy thinking positive things, it blocks the stutter habit. When you smile, it helps block the stutter habit. Some people can stop stuttering just by smiling. Isn't that nice?
Yes, and I think now it's very easy because I'm smiling naturally. I didn't even think about it.
And when you smile, you send an endorphin type message to every one of your 30 trillion cells. Think of that.
That's great. And I think being able to laugh at yourself in a good way is not a bad thing either. And that pairs well with singing a little bit on some words.
You know the song that says, when you laugh, The whole world laughs with you, and when you cry alone.
That's a great lyric.
It's so true. When you laugh, the world laughs with you. They want to laugh. No, they don't want to cry. Nobody wants to cry. There's so much bad news. There's so much garbage in the world. But there's a lot of good stuff too. There's your singing. There's my coaching. There are blue skies. There's Italian food. There's Thai food. There's so many wonderful things. We just have to focus on them. And when we speak, we have to focus on our message and how we can say it a little bit like a song.
That sounds like a plan.
If you will simply try to sing a little bit, just a little bit, instead of talking, just sing a little bit. And anyone who's listening who says, hey man, what are you singing for? Just say, I'm working on a speech problem. Do you mind? I don't care, it's fine with me. Oh, good. I want you to be an actor or as a singer off the stage. On your computer, on your phone, on the street corner, at the barber shop, wherever you go. You're gonna sing just a little bit, just enough to wipe out the stutter problem.
That sounds like a plan.
You're gonna sing your way to fluency. In my books, I say, you gotta hear fluency and not hear disfluency from your lips. Well, when you read aloud an hour a day, as you do, you hear fluency. When you talk to your pets, you hear fluency. When you talk not under pressure, you hear fluency. And now, from right now, from when we hang up this Skype until you see me again, you're going to be an actor on the stage. You're not coming off the stage. You're going to sing just as much or as little as you need to do to be fluent. And you're going to smile the entire time that you do it. And if somebody asks you about it, you're going to laugh and say, I'm working on a speech problem. Do you mind? No, no. They win, you win. You win, they win. Everybody wins. You're in the business of creating a habit of fluency. You must hear fluency. Read aloud, do it. Talk to your pets, do it. Sing under pressure a little bit, as much as you need to sing. You're on the stage, you're not coming off the stage. You're a performer, and you're going to have fun. You're going to laugh at your problem, and it's going to go away. It will. How long does it take? I don't know. It took me about 4 years to stop stuttering. Most of the people I coach stop within several months. It took me 10 years to get rid of fear after I stopped stuttering. It takes most of my people 6 months, a year, whatever. Fear is not stuttering. You can be afraid of it all day long. It's not stuttering. When you sing and smile, when you're singing talking. You're talking, singing. That's your plan. You're talking, singing. You're singing, talking. You're singing as much as you need to sing to be fluent. And you pull back when you feel like it. And you smile. There are a lot of other things we can do, Noah, but this is the place to start.
Great.
Does it sound like a plan to you?
Yes, I think that sounds like something that I would enjoy, because that's a good thing, because I like singing anyway. So why not incorporate that?
Exactly, exactly, exactly. I've had two other singers I've coached. One was a girl from France, and I forget her stage name. And the other guy was a long time ago, maybe 5, 6, 7, 8 years ago, and I don't really remember. And I didn't do exactly what I was more conventional in what I asked them to do, and it took longer. I think if you'll do what I'm asking you to do, I think this can go at a good speed. Because you know why? Because you're in control 100% of how much you need to sing to avoid the problem. What you cannot do is force words and grimace and struggle. You can't do it. You got it. We have to have zero of that. Zero. So maybe you gotta sing like a maniac sometimes. Do it. And laugh at yourself. And look, you're not hurting anybody. You've never hurt anybody with your speech. And you're not going to. And nobody wants you to stutter. Nobody's happy that you stutter. Nobody wants to hear you stutter either, because they got a million problems of their own, and your speech is just one more problem in their life. You know, they don't need it, and you don't need it. So everybody wins. You sing a little, so what? Who cares? You can do this, and you're in total control. It's like the speed of your car. You can go, this is a case whereby to get out of the mud or whatever it is you're in, you have to go a certain speed, and the amount of mud determines how fast it is to keep the wheels turning. And after a while, you'll be out of the mud. And you won't need to do it at all. You can do this, but you gotta wanna do it. You gotta be determined to do it. You gotta believe you can do it. The inventor of the automobile, Henry Ford, said famously, when I say I can, or I can't, I'm right. Noah, say I can, because you can. It's up to you. This problem you can beat. I beat it. Took me quite a while, but I beat it. You can beat it. And you can beat it very fast. I'll tell you a couple other things. Talking slowly is easier than talking fast. I think you said earlier that sometimes you talk faster to finish, and I did the same thing. Everybody does that. That's the reverse of the problem. Slow down. Secondly, softly. When you talk, you don't have to be loud. And when you're soft, it's kind of like the spotlight went off you. And I know stutterers are always thinking, oh, I'm talking, there's a spotlight on me, I'm on a stage, I'm at a microphone, there are thousands of people watching me, and everybody's waiting to say, is Noah gonna screw up again? That's what we think. But the minute we talk in a soft, it's kind of like we moved away from the center of the stage, Noah. We're over behind the curtain like this. And we're talking. I can say a few words. Now you can't get me or see me. I'll say a few more words. That's what talking softly does. You can sing softly too. What I have to say is, it's time that we do something new. So, speed, soft, these are other elements. But the main thing is, you're on the stage, you're singing, which is what you like to do anyway.
Great.
You're going to do it softly, and you're only going to do it as much as you need to do it. Sometimes you'll do it a great deal. Other times, people won't even notice you're doing it. Isn't that nice? And this is like you're starting right now.
Yes, I am.
Right now. I'm happy for you. I'm happy you found the world's only community of ex-stutterers. Now, I'll send you an email, but you should participate. You said you're doing some practice sessions. That's very important. Come to SAM meetings if you possibly can, because there are other people there like you who've beaten it and who are where you are and halfway in the middle. So we're all there together and we're all trying to help each other, and we do. And it's a wonderful community. Out of 80 million people, you found a pocket of a few hundred people who are your kindred spirits. Isn't that nice? You want to stay a member of this association as long as you live. It costs 27 cents a day. And we want you to stay in there as long as you live. And when you make a record and sell a jillion copies and become wealthy, Noah, Sam,
Right.
you make WSSA your first charity because it's trying to help people like you.
Yes, I will definitely do that. I promise you, actually.
Okay. Now, have you written a book review yet on Amazon?
No, I haven't, but I plan to.
Okay, please do that and send me a link to it because I like to read them. But that helps other people. Every book review, I donate my royalties to WSSA and a lot more, but every book review brings more people to us. So when you do a book review, you are helping somebody else who's in the same shape you're in, or worse. They don't know about us. So you're spreading, the more you can spread the news, with a book review or an online post. I don't know anything about social media, but any place that you can, say, hey, this is a wonderful program. These people are trying to help the world, and they are. And you should get in there because stuttering is an option now. You don't have to stutter. We're stuttering by choice. We're not going to do it anymore. We're going to stop it as fast as we can. And that's pretty darn fast. We're on the way right now. So, when did you want to talk again?
I think we said something about Wednesday, but I will be flexible if something else works for you better.
Let me see what else. I do have you down. I have you down for the July 31st at 12 o'clock my time. Now, right now it's 1:45 my time. It's 1:45 my time right now. What time is it? What are you, 6 o'clock, 6:45?
Yes, it is.
Okay,
And
so
actually, and And actually, the way it was today is, well, today was basically the only time in the week where I
Right.
had where I had like a fixed date.
Yeah.
Um, so actually, on the other days, I would be much more flexible, so I could also do it earlier if that would work better.
Well, I think noon is fine. Noon my time is 5 o'clock your time.
Yes,
And so let's leave it for Wednesday, noon my time, 5 o'clock your time, Wednesday the 31st. And
great.
look, now, no, Noah, um, beating it becomes a matter of discipline. You cannot come out of character from now till you see me again on the 31st. You're in character at all times.
All right.
You cannot be forcing words, stuttering, grimacing, and all that crap. You got to do this enough to not do that. Whatever that level is, you do it. And laughing, keep smiling. It's singing, talking, or it's talking, singing, talking, smiling. I mean, that is your program. Singing,
Yes.
talk. Write that down. Write that down. And okay, because I would like you to carry it around with you. Um,
Yes.
Singing, talking, smiling. I think by putting the word singing first, you will start out singing, and then you will know from the situation what level of singing you need to stay fluent.
Yes. Definitely.
And eventually it'll boil down to thinking something like short link stop, because um, the singing guarantees linking, and that is the most important part of it, is linking. And as you can see, a millimeter of hesitation and you got a problem, and most stutterers do. But once you do this enough, you'll be able to gradually sing less and less, to the point that people will not know even that you can be, I can still be doing it right now, and you would not necessarily know that I am more or less singing as I'm speaking right now. You know, I can I can make it sound so natural. So, and it's fun. Make a game out of it. It is a game. You're going to win this game. The game is Noah versus Noah. There's nobody else in this game. You're going to win, but you're going to be disciplined. You're singing, talking, and smiling, and you're doing that. Every word out of your mouth from now to then. Now, when you're exception, reading aloud, you have no problem. Talking to your pet, no problem. I'll give you that. But the second there's a threat of a forced word, you're into you're on the stage and you're performing.
Great.
It's going to work. When you hold your tone, you just can't mess up. You just can't. So have fun. And
I think I will, and I'm feeling very good about it already.
wonderful. And you sound so much better. And send me a link to one of your videos.
Yes, I will.
And
And
post
actually,
and post a book review. Okay? I'll see you next week.
yes, see you.
Take care.
Great, thank you.